Hi, this is Jackie with New Moon Oracle. I have a very important message for you today, and one of the reasons I know it is so important is because I have been awake from like 1 to 5 in the morning for the last couple of nights with this pressing on my heart. God has been channeling this message, and I have been trying to deliver this message all morning. And every time I do, I have a coughing fit, I have a sneezing fit, I have something, and I'm going to get this message out today. I guarantee it, because something is stopping it. I want to talk to you about chosen people, the chosen ones. And I'm going to preface this video with saying that if this video is for you, you will know it. And if it's not for you, you will know it very quickly. So if it's not for you, move on. It's not time for you to hear it, or it's not your path in life right now. Chosen one. When I was first waking up from all my narcissistic abuse, I heard people say, I even heard God say, "You're a chosen one." And my first reaction was kind of guttural, and I was like, how can I be a chosen one? We're all chosen. We're all God's creation. We're all put on here. The Spirit of God makes you, the breath of the Almighty gives you life, right? So how is it that I'm a chosen one? And if I am, that sounds egoic, and I'm not better than anyone else. You're not better than anyone else. God loves everyone the same. What it means to be chosen is that you have a specific role to play in this earth, in this lifetime, at this moment. And the dark forces that are surrounding us, they know who you are. Not everyone was brought into this world at this time to hold the light the way that you are. We're all supposed to hold the light. Okay, don't take this wrong. But chosen people have a unique set of gifts or skills or whatever it is that you and the Creator have determined were perfect for coming to this earth at this time to do what you needed to do. Okay? So that's why you're under attack, because your specific gift at this time of reality is vital in defeating the enemy. You are a spiritual warrior, a chosen one, and you have been defeated by the devil, spellbound, and coerced before you were even born. And when I say that, that might sound like really bizarre and like, no, God doesn't do that. God puts every child with innocence. Yes, but what you need to understand is that the Creator and you chose, and I know that's hard to hear. I chose this path, this miserable life that has been nothing but trial and tribulation. I chose it. Yes, you did. Because you knew that was the path that you had to go through with the enemy to get through and to show the rest of the world how you defeat the spell that everyone is under by this narcissistic, ego-driven, psychopathic, dark entities that are in the world today and have always been in the world, but they're coming to the surface. So what I want to say to you is, if what I'm describing to you in the next few minutes describes your life, then we have some more talking to do. And if it doesn't describe your life, move along. It's not for you. And if it does describe your life and you're finding it very difficult to absorb, to wrap your head around it, then maybe only listen as much as you can and come back to it later. Maybe God's just planting the seed right now, and you'll hear more of the message later. But anyway, here's what I'm getting at. Has your life been, from the beginning, has it seemed like it was set up for failure? In other words, were you put in a family where maybe they were alcoholics, drug abusers, where you were left with neglect and no love? Maybe you were put into a psychopath's family where they tortured you and abused you and did vile acts to you. Maybe you were put in a family with narcissists who drained you and told you that you were no good and that you were stupid and naive and gullible and you never amount to anything. And how could you need me to tell you what to do because you can't figure out anything? Maybe you were given up for adoption or someone tried to abort you and you ended up living and you went from foster care and just nothing ever went right for you. And you were just like, this is my lot in life. I guess this is where I'm supposed to be. I guess some people get mansions, some people get happy little lives, and I just get this. And something in you tells you no, 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 no. There's something better in this world. I know it. I know it. This can't be it. But you don't know what it is. You keep searching and you keep shining your light and you try to keep doing the right things and you keep getting married and raising kids and going to school and doing a good job and volunteering and doing everything you were told is the right thing to do, only to have the world around you telling you that, well, that was a stupid mistake. Well, what did you do that for? Well, no wonder you lost that job. You're too emotional. No wonder you lost that marriage. You do not know how to pick men. No wonder, this happened and that happened. If you have been walking through life and you look back and 90% of the friendships, the jobs, the encounters, the volunteerships, the relationships, the family, if everyone has like turned on you for no reason, called you names, dismissed you when you had a thought or a revelation, rolled their eyes at you, told you that you were too much, those are the subtle things, right? Then there's the really drastic, horrible things, like literally getting to a relationship where a man tricks you because he's an NPC. He's given up his light. He's chosen to work in darkness, whether it be in sexual acts, whether it be in deceiving and condemnation, whether it be to siphon your energy and take all your empathy. Whatever it is, you've walked a path in this world where you look back and you're like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, I am human. I've made mistakes. I'm sure I pissed people off and I'm sure I've said things. We all do that. We are human beings. But if you are in a situation where every part of your life seems like it was just a struggle to do what everyone else was just doing effortlessly for the most part in your reality. Now, again, you can compare everyone's life and you can say, well, people make bad choices and then they want to blame, the spiritual world. No, I'm not talking about that. I take accountability for the bad choices I made, and I've made lots of them. I've spent money where I shouldn't have. I've made friendships where I knew I shouldn't have. I've dated men that I thought were just good looking and I wasn't concerned about their moral integrity. In a much younger place, right? When we're young. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you walk in faith. You walk in love and integrity. You don't hurt other people intentionally. And when you do, because we're human, you genuinely make it better. You say, I have healed from that. I won't do that again. How can I make this right? What did I do to harm you? And what you find is that when you walk in integrity and goodness, it's met with, you're crazy. You're the fault for this. So then when you go to apologize because you just want to do the right thing and to heal the relationship and mend the job or whatever it is, they put it all on you. This whole problem is you. You know, I had a job one time where my boss, when I first started, and this is a good analogy because this is what happens in every relationship with a chosen one. In the beginning, they will tell you you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. I went to this job And my manager loved me. She put me from supervisor to director of operations after 9 months. And I earned that. I had integrity. I did my job well. My staff respected and liked me. I treated them with kindness and respect and dignity, which was hard to do in that job because it was all about metrics. You tell these people no. I walked with integrity, and I thought that I was getting rewarded for walking in integrity. And my boss, like I said, she thought I was the best thing since whatever. She put me in a position, and in that position, 6 months into it, wouldn't you know, here comes my narcissist. Just like in every situation in my life. This woman walks in, and I'm her boss, and she doesn't like me from the get-go. When I introduce myself, she's telling me all about how she's worked at this company for this many years and how she doesn't need to be told anything, and I won't have to worry about managing her because she knows everything, and I run my part of this my staff the way I run it. And she was completely dismissing and rejecting me as her manager right from the get-go, and I realized it right away. And I thought, oh, this is going to be a difficult soul. So I wore the kid gloves with her, and I tried to appease her, and I let her do her things her way. And one day she made a mistake, and it was the type of work we were doing was release of information. So what she did was she missed something that should not have been released in these medical records. She, as a supervisor, was managing an employee. The employee went to the supervisor and asked, "Can I release this?" And she said yes. She made a mistake. Humans make mistakes. No big deal. So I get on a phone call with this woman and my manager, and I say to this woman, "I'm sorry. Per our policy as a supervisor, I have to write you up because of a mistake you made. Understand that we make mistakes, but I'm going to show you what happened, the whole process of where we went wrong, and then we will learn from this mistake." And my manager said, "Jackie, you handled that so well." And I really think she felt you had a lot of empathy and understanding. And I said, "Yeah, we're human. We make mistakes. It's okay." But this narcissist did not handle that feedback that way at all. She did not like that I was telling her that she did something wrong. So from that day forward, I started getting HR is calling me, texting me. "We have a complaint about you. We have a complaint that you had a meeting with your supervisors and the staff didn't like the way you were talking to a certain supervisor. I wonder what supervisor this could be." Are you following me? So now this woman brings so many complaints to me, starts telling her staff I'm doing all these wicked things to her, and that she has to make her staff do this and this and this because Big Bad Jackie is making her do that. It gets so bad that I get pulled in with HR into a meeting with my manager, and here's where I knew it was the devil. Here's where I knew beyond a doubt it was the devil. Because do you know what they wrote me up for? And I still have this PIP, this performance plan. I still have it because it was so ironic. They literally wrote me up and said that I was not empathic enough. I did not give people grace, that I did not give people enough empathy and compassion. Nobody in this world can convince me that I don't give people compassion and empathy. No one. Do you hear me? That is how I live. That is how I've always lived. And so have you, chosen one. So have you. So have you. Do not let the devil convince you that you aren't kind enough, that you are crazy, that your empathy isn't really empathy, that you're just emotionally erratical, that you can't control yourself. Do not let the devil deceive you, because that's who he is. He's a liar and a deceiver. So I gave you that example to let you know that I literally went from being this golden child, this perfect employee who never called out, who was always on top of things. My numbers were up. My staff gave good reports about me. I was the epitome of a good employee and a good manager. And sure enough, that job lasted 2 years. I literally quit because I was like, God, you showed me. I can't convince the devil that I'm what I am. I don't need to convince him. He knows. He and his dark entities have been trying to tell the chosen ones our whole lives that we are less than. You must have ADD because you can't think like we do. You think differently. You're always 3 steps ahead and you're all jumbled and you don't make any sense when you talk. You don't remember things. Why can't you remember your keys when you leave the house? You are destined for something much greater than remembering your freaking keys, or being a good little soldier and going to work and chop, 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 and you do your job and you don't look around and you don't worry. And don't you dare question. So, my friends, this message is for you today. It's time for us to wake up. And I want you to understand one thing is when you start to see this spiritual warfare in your own life and you see it for what it is, then you will not be able to see it differently. You will step back and you will look at the world and it'll all start making sense. You will see that the devil, the dark entity, whatever it is in this world, whatever you want to call it, it has been spending an eternity destroying our water, our health, our every single thing that is our God-given right on this planet. God gave us the right to live on this earth. Whether you have money or not, you should be happy and content in this world. Whether you have the job on, with the big office and the Rolls-Royce car, or if you're working at McDonald's, you are not less than. This world has been trying to convince those of us that hold the light of God that because we have been tormented and put through trials, that's because of our weakness. Oh no, my friend. You are a lion. You are a lioness. You are an empress. You are an emperor. Your light is so strong and so powerful. Do you understand me? These entities, they know it. That is why you were put into situations before you were even born. My mother was a witch, is a witch. I didn't realize that till I was in my 40s. And when I saw the signs and looked back, I can remember everything. I can remember the weird little rituals she did. I can remember her giving me little gifts that she would ask me to wear around my neck or to put by my bedside. And I did it. I listened to her because I wasn't thinking. My mother, who brought me into this world, is putting spells on me and stealing my energy or taking my inheritance or taking my power. But that's exactly what they're doing. And now, friends, look at the world. What's happening? We've got all of these people in high power that have all the money. They're taken care of. Their medical needs are taken care of. Their bellies are full with organic, healthy, good foods. Their needs are met. So why is it? Why is it that I'm just struggling through life when I am doing everything that I was taught I was supposed to do? I'm doing everything that the Creator asks me to do. I'm being kind. And even though everything keeps coming against me, I continue to do the right thing and do the right thing. It's because that is your purpose. And if you look at the world now, the narcissistic, psychotic entities are falling apart. They're squirming in their dirty little beds. And what a narcissist will do, because they are void of God, the God light in them has been snuffed out. It is not connected to source. And that was not God that did that. They chose that. And it's never too late. But the problem with narcissists and psychopaths is the devil has already put them in a spell so deep that it is nearly impossible for them to see the light for anything other than something they want for themselves or that they want to squelch out when they can't get it. Do you understand? So even though it's your mother, even though it's your friend, even though it's your closest, maybe it's even your children, and you are like, what in God's name could I have possibly done in this realm or another, in this lifetime or another? It isn't what you did or didn't do, it's who you are. And before I let you go from this video, I want to tell you a quick story that really touched my heart, and I think it's going to touch yours if you're a chosen one. There are sheep that have a lamb and they will discard it. And nobody really understands why, but what happens is the lamb is just, the mom says, get away. And then the rest of the sheep, they look at it like something must be wrong with it. The mother doesn't want it. So something's wrong with it. It's not right. It's not normal. It's not like us. And so what happens is the lamb, just like the sheep, still has a roof over its head. It has a barn. It has hay. It has a place to sleep. But it doesn't have love. And this lamb, and they call them bummer lambs if I haven't said this lamb will die of a broken heart. It will literally have its essence, its life force squelched from the lack of love, empathy, and humanity that a mother would normally share with its child. Now, we don't know why this happens, right? And you're probably saying, that's exactly my life. I don't know why that happened. Why was I born into a family like this? Why were they allowed to do the evil things they did to me? But in this story, I want to tell you something. The shepherd, and you can obviously compare the shepherd to the creator, our Lord. The shepherd knows that this little lamb can grow up to be just like the others. It's no different. If anything, it's special. And so the creator takes that little lamb and he gives it special nurturing. After it's been rejected, after it's been told by its whole existence that something is wrong with it and it needs to die and it needs to be removed from the norm, the shepherd takes this little lamb in and holds it, nurtures it, feeds it, gives it love, gives it warmth, and gives it the things that its mother rejected it with. And do you want to know what happens? It grows to be a sheep, a happy, productive sheep. And when the shepherd sends his flock out in the morning, excuse me, and when he calls them back in at night, the ones that come to him first when he calls out to his sheep are those bummer lambs, the bummer sheep. And you want to know why? They recognize the creator's voice. They recognize the shepherd's voice. When all the other sheep are like, I think we hear something. Maybe, no, the little bummer lambs will run to the shepherd before any of the others. Because that is what the creator has done with you. You've never lost your spark. You have never turned to the dark side. They've tried to turn you. They've tried to make you think that you just need to be cutthroat. Man, you want to make it in this world? You need to chop some heads and watch them roll. Have you heard that? Have you heard people tell you you're doing it all wrong? Truth seeker, integrity, Oh, they all love to say that. They put it in their mission and value statements in their jobs, and they say it in their marriage vows, and they say it at church, and they say it to you on birthdays and Christmas. We love you. We want what's best for you. All the while siphoning your energy, destroying you, because they have removed themselves from source, and now they want you to not finish your mission. And not only that, these people are so dark that the devil has tricked them. And that's why I say very few narcissists can come out of this, because it's spiritual. They will be so intoxicated by what they think is the way to live that they cannot snap out of it. The devil has got them so convinced that they are right and you are wrong that they cannot snap out of it. Most of them will die, and it is not a pleasant death. Most of them, as they get older in age, start to become what would seem crazy. They um, they will do smear campaigns against you. They will start revealing the enemy within them, because that's the time at hand. That's the time we're in right now. That's why you are here. That is why you went through all of these things. That is because you are here to hold the light, because other people are still in their little fantasy worlds. And I'm not cutting people for this. We all awaken when we're supposed to awaken. And I was in a spellbound fantasy world for 50 years. So I am not saying anything negative about anyone. What I'm saying is that we, the chosen people that have been made to feel that our light has been insignificant and should be shut up, shunned, quieted. Don't you dare speak your truth. Don't you dare stand up for what's right. We've been put here for this very time, for this very moment, because the world is one big narcissist playground. And they're all in politics. They're running the world organizations. They're running the banks. They are running our world. And they have put us in a spell. And they want us to understand. Well, I overstand. I don't understand anything. I overstand. Even the words in our English language are spells. When you understand something, under means less than. I don't get it. I know that sounds silly, but when you see it, dude, when you see it, you can't unsee it. And you'll see it when you're supposed to see it. And you'll see bits of it when you're supposed to see it. It'll start with you going, why is this always happening to me? And you start looking inward, because that's what a good human being does. They go, well, I must be doing something wrong, right? Like, I'm a good human being, but things aren't working out for me. Maybe I need a class in mindfulness. Maybe I need a class in how to handle my emotions. Maybe I need counseling. And you know what? I'm not saying you didn't need counseling or you didn't need some of these things, but what I'm saying is that the world has got us convinced that we're the ones at fault and that they're right. It's very simple, folks. You are the light. I love you. You love you too.